Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Season 8 server. I hope everybody is doing great. I am not doing great, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But before we do that, let's get into the question of the day. So you're in charge of planning the next Hermitcraft season. What twists and turns do you add into this season? Do you make it an old school season where we play like a beta Minecraft? Do you add new members? What do you do? Let me know down in the comment section below. So we got a lot to do in today's episode. We're going to be doing a few new projects and having some fun on the server. By the way, it is Halloween, so I hope all of you have a nice and safe Halloween. If you're going trick-or-treating, make sure you check all your candy. Anyway, so before we get into the video, let's hear a quick word from today's video sponsor. Thank you to today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. Being an online content creator, it's extremely important to keep my information safe. ExpressVPN does that with one click. Using ExpressVPN helps me do that securely. ExpressVPN is an app that funnels your data through a secure encrypted tunnel. So no matter what device you use, you'll have peace of mind every time you browse the internet. ExpressVPN is also great for unlocking region blocked content. For example, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a non-US based Netflix show, but by switching your location to Canada using ExpressVPN, you can watch this show all you like. There are thousands of shows on Netflix and Hulu that are region locked just like this. By using ExpressVPN, you can unlock all of this new content. Being a Minecraft content creator means playing Minecraft with people from around the world. Sadly, sometimes these servers are very far away. ExpressVPN helps me connect to these servers with very low latency so that I have a much better connection. Find out how to get 3 months of ExpressVPN by visiting expressvpn.com/iJevin or clicking the link at the top of the description. Thank you again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video. Thank you again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to try to explain in an easy and coherent way why I'm so stressed. My channel has been on an MCN for the last 10 years. MCN stands for Multi-Channel Network. You've probably heard of them. People like Machinima and Fullscreen. Well, I was on Fullscreen and they went out of business, and I knew that my channel was going to be released within the 20th to the 25th. I got released on the 21st. So what happens is when you're released from your MCN, you go back to Google AdSense. This is how all of your favorite creators earn a living. They make money on YouTube and it pays through AdSense. That's how everything is managed. That's how Google manages everything. So I'm back on AdSense, and I notice a day or two after this, my channel does not have any ads on it. And I'm not talking about pre-roll or it's occasional. I have like 4,400 videos, and not a single video has an ad on it anywhere. My channel has made zero revenue except for channel memberships, which is like $15, and more or less the last 10 days, 10 or 11 days. And as you can tell, it's extremely stressful. And I've been chatting with partner support, and pretty much they just, they keep saying, we're looking into it. We've got a team working on it, but it's just this never ending email game where we'll get back to you in a couple days. And I've been pressing them on Twitter, and I've been pressing them in the live chats, and I've been pressing them in emails, and it's just not going anywhere. And I'm really, really stressed out. So I want to quickly mention something else. I know Jim Browning and a few other YouTubers lost their channels to a scam. This is nothing to do. What happened with them, they got a cold email that they thought was from YouTube. I have contacted YouTube directly, and all of my emails have been from my initiation to YouTube and Google. It's a little bit different. Don't worry about me being scammed. I know what I'm doing there, but I'm stressed. So I hope that, I hope that doesn't shine through in the videos. So one thing I'm going to mention is that I do have a Patreon, but I suggest that you wait till the first of the month. That way you don't get charged, because Patreon charges when you sign up, and then it charges on the first of the month, which is the end of the month, so you'll get charged twice. But anything that you can spare, $1, $5, whatever, is helpful in this time, because I'm like super panicked. Okay, enough with the stressful. Let's get into some building. First project today, we're working on the rim of the base. We're gonna get that sucker done. It's gonna look awesome. Let's do it. Right guys, the border for the base is now finished. It turned out so good. So initially we were going to use basalt, but basalt was just way too dark. It looked very out of place. So what I decided to do was use the blocks in place that we already had: cobblestone, andesite, stone. Then I kind of made them go up 2 or 3 blocks above where we had the level of the base, and then faded it back. And I just made this as random as I could to make it look like kind of random rubble from digging a hole. And then once I was done adding the gradients and everything in there, I went back through and added walls. I have a hard time saying that word over fences for some reason. Anyways, went through and added andesite and cobblestone walls in, because I don't think there's actually stone walls in the game. But it turned out really, really well. Now, there are some little details that we still need to work on, like this stuff. It's kind of overhanging, but it's not super noticeable. This also will spawn a lot of mobs, so maybe I should go through and hide some glowstone carpet. If I hit, I think it's F7. Okay, my keybinds got changed again, but if I had my light overlay on, I would be able to show you that this thing is like full mob proof, or full not mob proof. We need to mob proof the heck out of this thing, but it looks great. So let me know what you guys think. Also, for some reason thought I was almost out of dirt. Yeah, completely wrong. All those shulker boxes are completely full. So I want to show you guys what we've done with the storage room. I've got everything in here and labeled. All the items have been sorted, so you can kind of just hover over it and see what we got. So for example, we've got 4 boxes in our inventory. So I'm going to take stone out, stone, and then we got cobblestone, and then we'll put cobblestone in there. So I was trying to keep everything sort of in shulker boxes because we have so many blocks that I felt it was just the right thing to do. So this is all stone. We have roughly 170 items here, and it goes all the way across. Everything is named and labeled and good to go. So in the next project we're going to be taking care of today, I was in chats with IanXOFour, and he actually gave me some upgrades for our shulker box farm. So we're going to be making those next. This should double our output and make it automatically refilling if the shulker dies. So I'm gonna get working on that over there now. All right, everybody, I am over at the shulker box farm. So basically what we're going to do here is switch some components around. I'm gonna be removing this portal and putting it over here in the corner, and then adding another row of glass. I'm also going to be adding a bunch of buttons so that we can kind of mob proof this. So the way that this is going to work is, instead of our backups going to the nether and we have to automatically refill them, or not automatically refill them, but manually refill them, we're going to be building a system that Ian showed me how to do that will automatically refill these guys from the overworld. So the nether will then effectively become a grinder. And from what Ian said, this should produce pretty much double, roughly 550 to 600 shells per hour. Right now it's making about half of that. So these changes that we're going to be making with redstone and moving things to the overworld to make it a little bit more sophisticated is going to make it a lot better. Now I'm not going to be doing a tutorial on this simply because I'm not the right person to do this. I'm going to be building what he showed me to build. He may eventually make a tutorial on this. You can also find everything that you need for the build in his shulker box tutorial video, which I will link in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and get working on this. All right, so our overworld portion of this build is now finished. We still need to do the nether side, which is actually pretty easy, but this one was complicated because there's so many spots for buttons, and if you miss one, the shulker teleports and everything's messed up. So with that being said, I think I got it all set up, and basically what happens is this redstone line runs to a hopper clock, which checks to see if there is a mob up there every 10 to 15 seconds. And if it's not, then it sends another one over. That is about the best I can do to explain this, because it is way beyond my capability to kind of explain it to you in a way that you would understand. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get working on the nether portion, then we're going to turn it on and wish for the best. Now, what I am going to do, though, is make sure that I have some backup shulkers in the nether. That way, if I need to move one over in case of a catastrophe, it will be good to go. All right, guys, the build is done. I've got my camera account in the Nether. We're going to go ahead and do our first test of our updated shulker box farm. Hopefully this works well. We'll know pretty much right away if I've done anything wrong. So first off, let's turn on... Oh, nope. Okay, we can hear him right there. Perfect. So we know for a fact that our shulker is in there. Let's go ahead and flip the lever and jump down. We're going to be keeping an eye on the Nether, but I'm also going to be watching up here to see if we get any backups on the platform up here. That is one thing that we've got to keep an eye on. This is kind of the main point of the system, so we don't have to restock it. All right. So I'm not seeing anything hit up there. My delay on the timing over here could be wrong. He said 15 to 20 seconds, and I have about 20 seconds there. So we'll see what happens. But for the most part, the farm is still working very well. We're getting more shulkers into the Nether. They're dying pretty quickly, but I'm not seeing anything restock. I will probably have to talk to Ian about that and figure out what I'm doing wrong. Interesting. Yeah, nothing is teleporting up there. That's really weird. I don't know. So down here in the hopper clock, like you said, about 15 to 20 seconds worth of timing. I have about 20 blocks in there. That's about 20 seconds. I should maybe take a few out, it looks like, though, because we're definitely getting teleports, and we're, you know, it's definitely producing, but it's just not making the backups. So I'm not really sure what's wrong with it. I'll have to talk to Ian, but we did successfully update this to run a little bit faster. So that works. I'm happy about that. Now, I want to go ahead and move on to something fun for Halloween today, guys. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn this off. The second that I stopped recording, one teleported up there. You can't plan that even any worse than what it was. Okay, well, it seems like it's working. I don't think I'm gonna need to message Ian anymore then. What I will do, though, is AFK here at a long-term point, just to see if it, like, runs, breaks, like, what's the deal. See if there's any errors that I've made on my part, and then we'll move on. Anyways, time for Halloween stuff. It is time to have a little bit of fun for Halloween. So for the next day or two, I know it's Halloween now, but I'm building this a little late. Been having problems with my channel, okay? Don't blame me. Anyways, I'm going to be building out a piece of my swamp, and I'm going to be making it into a pumpkin patch. Inside that pumpkin patch, I'm going to have 1 or 2 trick-or-treat games where you can sort of rename, sort of maybe a name tag or some items. Maybe some jack-o'-lanterns will work best. And then you put them into a machine and you get a trick or a treat. It's going to be a little fun thing for people to get some items or get maybe some like rotten flesh or something. It's going to be completely free, and you will have the option to win some pretty good prizes. So with that being said, let's I think I'm going to hop into a time lapse. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the rest of that time lapse. I have gotten a little bit of an area built out right by the pathway. Very easy to find. You kind of just walk in. So now we're going to go ahead and plant a lot of our pumpkins. So I think the game plan is going to be to just kind of use the pumpkins that we already have. I think I have more. Ooh, I thought I had more. That is not good. There might be some in here, but we can also grow some. I've got bone meal, so that won't be too big of a deal. So I think my game plan is going to be to do sort of central locations, right? So like here, and then let's kind of go here, 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 here. So let's go ahead and get some pumpkin seeds in these so that they don't do that. Bad pumpkin, bad pumpkin. Okay, there. And then if I have to go get more pumpkins, I do believe that I have some over in the shulker box from our pumpkin farm. So there we go. I don't know if I used all of them or not. All right, so I think right here is gonna be where we put our trick or treat thing. So something like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and bone meal all these up. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Oh, is that a thing? I guess that's... Oh, I thought maybe that might be a Halloween thing because I've never seen that. Oh, okay, that's got to be like something new, right? Because I've never seen pumpkins grow that fast before. That's kind of odd, but whatever. All right, let's get the rest of these bone mealed up. There we go. All right, so now that we've got sort of the start of our pumpkin patch, let's go through. You know what? I'm gonna check this just really quickly. I'm not sure if there's any over here, but there might be. Oh, I'm sad, none. Okay, but it's not a big deal. I can easily get more pumpkins. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut back. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing all filled up and then cut back to where we do the trick or treat part. All right, it's time to set the rest of this up. So I've got the redstone in place. We've got 2 different carpets here, right? So you're gonna throw your items that you want to give to the scarecrow into the right side. Your trick or treat will come from the left. So I've got a lectern here. I'm gonna put this down. Now I've got a written book. Let's read this. Trick or treat. Grab a stack of 8 iron blocks out of the chest and rename them with your name in the anvil. Throw the named blocks into the orange carpet on the right. On the left side, you will either get a trick or a treat. That's pretty straightforward. I think people can handle that. So I've got some anvils here, and let's give people some blocks to name themselves with. There we go. So I have more than enough items in the trick or treat bin for people to use. So I'll leave some extra iron blocks here just in case, but they just have to grab 8, name them, throw them in there, and then let the magical scarecrow decide their fate. So there's some pretty fun stuff in there. Also, there is some pretty non-fun stuff in there. Nothing that would kill anybody, but it's like stuff that you wouldn't want to, you know, get as a trick-or-treater. Like nobody's trying to get, you know, bad candy. Anyways, let's go ahead and put a sign here. So trick or, let's do it like this. Let me go up, trick or treat. There we go. So I'm gonna let the hermits know about this, and I hope that they enjoy just a little bit of fun on the server for the festive holidays. Now I went through, added these jack-o'-lanterns kind of on pikes a little bit. I went through and added a bunch more pumpkins, decorated the place up just a little bit more, got all the redstone and everything set up for that, and we're ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate how this works. Because I don't need to name the items, I'm gonna skip that. So I'm gonna throw all my blocks in here at once. All right, and we got 1 free item from my shop. Ooh, that was fun. That's awesome. So that is like pretty much the baseline gift that you can get. Don't tell anybody though. Keep it a secret. Alrighty, I think that's probably going to do it for today's video. Just a friendly reminder, thank you again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check out the link in the description or visit expressvpn.com/iJevin to figure out how to get 3 months free with your next purchase. So guys, like I said, think that's probably going to do it. I hope everybody has a great Halloween, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Anyways, this is iJevin. Peace out, everybody.